after so many times of coming to this court here in Berlin, the Arbeitsgericht court, which is the labor court, there is still no decision. Yes, it's insane, and you know, my case should be really straightforward if I were a white German national, and obviously the court that's just behind me is not following the law and the rules that are implemented to protect and secure the labor force, an individual like myself. So one more time, there's a court hearing with lawyers, and the company, yes, my ex-employer, don't agree with the agreement, and they gain basically more time. So today was very much a waste of time, because I was here, the lawyer was here, the translator was here, and they tried to once again change the narrative. So they are trying to change the date that I was actually employed in the company, exactly. So they are trying to fabricate the dates, and also there was not a termination of contract, which is called the Kündigung. And this is the main problem. I've never received a Kündigung. I've never received a termination of contract. And the issue is that, legally speaking, up to this day, I'm still employed by the company, because I've never received a Kündigung. I requested for the Kündigung, they did not show it to me, the Kündigung, in the court, exactly. And then I requested to the receipt of delivery of the Kündigung, of the termination of contract, because they are saying that they sent by post, but they did not provide the code that proves, you know, the confirmation of delivery of the Kündigung. So now they are changing the narrative every single time, and then they're gaining more time, exactly. So there is not a decision. It's the 30th of October 2021, and I initiated these proceedings in January of the year. And there were already 3 court hearings, actually 4 court hearings with today. And usually those things only take 2 hearings. One is some sort of meet up where you may up doing an agreement, and the second one is the final decision. But it's already been 4 court hearings, exactly. So 2 agreements and followed by 2, which supposed to be 2 final court hearings, but there is never an end to it. So today they completely putting me under pressure. They want to change the dates, and they said if I did not accept 2,000 euros with the fake dates, then I would be in trouble and I would have to appeal at a higher court and pay all the costs. I obviously did not accept it, because I was very clear with the judge. I said I will do exactly what's right. I will only accept you if you do everything with the right dates. And I even suggested to go back to the previous agreement that we did here a few months ago, which was a fair agreement, good for both sides, which again my ex-company refused, and they are not willing to accept the previous agreement that the judge made himself here in that court. So there were no one here from the company, there were just the lawyer. There was just a lawyer representing the company. The judge even emphasized that it's actually not a good thing. They need to show their faces, right? But I mean, just a lawyer, and then it's me and my lawyer, and trying to have a fair agreement, which is the fair and the right agreement, but they are basically refused the agreement. So there you go again, everything is open. There is no decision on something that's so basic. They did not illegally fire me because they supposed to get help from the government. So back in the COVID times, so you're not allowed to fire an employee just like myself. So they had to guarantee me staying in the position despite of the COVID pandemic, because they were getting, the firm, yeah, my ex-employer, they were getting help from the government, so they should be paying me on the top of that money that they received from the job center. From that point moving forwards, it's just criminal and illegal what's happening. So they received the money from the job center, but they did not send me any money or any support. And then they never told me that I was fired. So because they could not, because if they fired an employee, they would never get the support, COVID support in the first place. I hope you understand what's happening. So basically the company could not fire me in February of 2020. So this is the issue. And on the top of that, I was actually working in February 2020, in March of 2020. So they are contradicting themselves, you know, they're lying to the judge, they're lying to the court, and they are basically getting away with it. And I suspect it's just because I'm a foreigner, black individual. Unfortunately, today my actual lawyer had to rush into her family house to help her relatives, so she could not be here today. So I was being represented by someone that didn't have much knowledge about my case, and this is an issue as well. But I knew my case, and I knew everything by head, so I knew that they could not manipulate me to change the facts and the narrative, and I kept true to myself, and I will not accept an agreement that is not fair and is not right. So I will stick with what's right, even though I will get less money. And this is the whole point. They were trying to, you know, buy me, saying I will give you 2,000 euros so they could get away with the dates. But I said no, I don't want 2,000 euros. I want to do what's right. So I want to end this video because, you know, my employment issue is still going on. There is no fix for it, and I suspect that we'll try to get away with this, which obviously I'm gonna fight back, and because until there's no justice, there's no peace. But it's just really unusual. As you can see, this is not something that you would see in a, you know, in a country. You know, they call Germany is a democratic system, it's a fair system, but it's not. My case is actually not just this case. So many cases are evidence that the system is corrupted, and they will make the lives of people like myself more difficult if you not break the law to not give me or people like us rights. And this is the issue. It's a fundamental legal rights, human civil rights issue that needs to be tackled. And I hope the next German government will look into this court and see that something is happening, not just in this court, by the way, the social court as well. The same thing happened to me before as well. They refused to support me when I actually had legal rights to get support. So this is another evidence. So I hope the next German government look into this kind of corruption system that is refusing the rights for the people that needs to be protected and respected in this country.